Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? I'm sorry I'm late a little bit. My apologies. I thought I had some internet issues again, so I just wanted to make sure to restart everything, but it could be a little bit, um, there could be some issues because I see sometimes the speed should be fine, but I do see that it's lagging a little bit, so who knows, but let me know. Okay, guys. Um, as you can see, I've moved to M&Q for now because I'm really not anticipating or using minis at the moment. So I thought, well, it's better to just chart on M&Q. And lately, I think Wags, was it you that pointed it out to me a couple of times that the price action actually was much better. And if I would have looked at M&Q, I would have been in a trade. And I think it was a couple of times I was looking and like, oh, yeah, it's actually quite a big difference now. So charting on M&Q right now. How's everyone doing? Did you guys trade the New York AM session? ICT did a review on it. Quite good, to be honest. Um, Happy to see that I literally am really now have learned a lot lately and also using a lot of the things that he is teaching and already implementing it. So obviously I found a little bit my own, you find your own style a little bit, you adapt a little bit to, hey, look, we're doing the same thing like yesterday. You see that? Do you guys see what's happening? It's exactly the same, right? What time is it? 4 past. Did we not make the first presented fair value gap right after 2 o'clock? Yeah, it was the same scenario like yesterday. Hey, Freighter Redox. Isn't it funny? Look, first presented. Uh, is this channel open or is it PVT for his mentorship? Yeah, no, he has a YouTube channel, ICT. Go to Inner Circle Trader, and everything can be found there. But if you what I did on my Discord channel, if you're really a beginner in ICT, you want to it's a bit overwhelming when you go to his channel, and then there's so much to find. I made really the beginner the core content, and I took away a few of the months I think you don't need in the beginning, so just to speed up the process a little bit. But there's a lot. I mean, if you want to start studying ICT, make sure you check in with people that have been doing it. Hey, where can I start? What can I do? Otherwise, you'll just get overwhelmed. He made a few videos as well, where to start, but those are actually outdated already. Because he also mentioned beginning of this year, listen, if you want to start core content, I believe everyone says 2022 after that, and then you just move backwards from now, then go back to 2023. Because he goes over a lot of things that he has been sharing already then, but actually in a faster way now. But anyway, enough about that. It was quite interesting yesterday. I really, when I did the PM session, I said, I don't think we weren't going lower. And I was really struggling in this area because I entered a long a couple of times, but obviously we were still going down here. But I thought at 2 o'clock, I thought at 2 o'clock we might make the turn up because I was very bullish. And I said it a couple of times, I don't see we're going to extend the range anymore. But then again, it just didn't go up. It just didn't go up. And at the 250 macro, I gave up and I was so tired because guys, I have to be honest, my back is killing me. So I was on medication and I was like, oh my, I was starting to yawn and like, I can't wait. You know me, guys. I can tape read all day, but I just could not sit through it. And I was like, but I kept on saying it. I don't think we're going to go. Maybe we just tag into this, but I didn't think that we were going to extend the range. And my calculations were correct because we didn't extend the range. We went up, but I just gave up around here. I thought, okay, I just cannot. But if I would have stayed longer and I would have seen the turn here, I might have played it up all the way back up because I was bullish already when we started the PM session. But then again, it just didn't do it, and it was quite weird if you think about it, right? Why would it just go? It went straight back down. It didn't even take it did not even go to a normal level in this week. Oh, we did. Oh, we rejected here. I see what happened. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. ICT. I see. Okay, I see now. But anyway, yeah. So a nice move up, but I didn't take it. Did anyone else of you guys take it to the upside? Anyone traded it? Yeah, I can see us go up here again. I'm still bullish for now. Still bullish for now. First presented fair value gap Monday here. We had the opening range gap, which we did not use. We just wicked into it. ICT is very bearish. I'm bearish too, but I do think we might go up a little bit more because I wonder if they're just going to bring it up to slash it down when there's macroeconomic news, right? They just know it's coming at some point. I'm just wondering if they're just bringing it up to. Okay, so these are the two opening range gaps. I always use them, right? Here we go. So what did we do yesterday? We opened up, right? And we slammed down, and we only have bodies in. We only have wicks into it. Let me go to the 1 minute. Go to the 5 minutes. Better. So we still have work to do here in this opening range gap. See, we opened up here. We went into it to the midpoint, and then we slammed down, but we only have candles here. So there's a lot of imbalance here. So if we do go up, I wouldn't be surprised if we balance out this imbalance, or I don't know, we'll see. But keep the levels up, because even though we get further in the week, if it doesn't go back today, it will come back to these levels. You see ICT, he did a review yesterday, and he went back a couple of days with his analysis, but actually the one we went in here was actually one of 6th of February even. I still have those levels on another chart. Yeah. So but did anyone took that long after in the New York session? Just curious, because it was beautiful. Or in Asia actually, and it was more Asia because I left my laptop on. I fell asleep and I woke up and it was still going on, and I was like, oh my god, look at that, so beautiful. It was just beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, now the 4-hour inside. So put this on here. I have to get used to the M and Q now because I know the levels of M and Q. It's a little bit different. So, Boris, good morning to you. Moshe, hello, hello. So, well, are we going tag into the first presented of yesterday? Where is this event horizon? Okay. Yeah, okay. I can see us go up to 702. Event horizon is here. Most likely we will go into that and then maybe wick into 702. We are at the previous day EQ, so that midpoint, so obviously we're going to get a little bit of a reaction here. We also had an important fair value gap here. So they all match. It's all algorithmic, right? You just need to know. See, we're on top of this previous day opening range gaps, also a level of importance. So the high and the lows of opening range gaps are equally important as well. IFG at 12:04, almost exactly. Yes, at 2 a.m. opening. Yes. They all, if you start noticing these things, and you need to start journaling these things, you will see these correlations, and you can literally start making a model around those things, Wags. Just keep on doing what you're doing, and you will start seeing the cycles and how algorithmic things, how it aligns. So keep doing what you're doing, is just keep on writing those things down. That's where your growth will be, and that's where you will start seeing things like, and then you will connect more dots, and that's where it really starts clicking. So yeah, and then you really see it's all, and then at some point you realize, oh, I don't have to mark that one anymore because it will come back later on in the form of that. So then you start, because that's why, I know I have a lot of things on my chart, but it's also for me to learn, like, okay, what are the connections? And at some point you can leave things out, but at some point I am very visual. I need to see those things, and I know it's annoying for some people, and I get it. I totally get it. But for me, it's a treasure hunt, right? And at some point, it's like, okay, now, like what Moshi is saying, oh, the IFUG at 12:04 yesterday correspond exactly at yesterday's, or the IFUG at 12:04. I don't know, 12:04. You mean midnight? This midnight at 2 a.m. opening at midpoint. Yeah. So if you see those things, then you know, that IFUG or this fair value gap. So you don't have to mark that IFUG anymore. You can just continue with the fair value gap that you mark now, right? So you can leave some data out of it now, because you see it's using that one, right? And if you see price action going back and forth in the same one, you keep it on your chart because it come back to it. Especially if it's using it on the bullish side, we go down, it will be, resistance. Sometimes resistance does become support. It happens sometimes. There are cases, and especially when does resistance, we don't do resistance and support. That's retail mindset. But there is one situation where it does work. And that's the case when we have a reversal. And resistance becomes support. Other than that, we cut through candles. We don't use resistance and support because it won't work. Not in the way retail uses it. So at the breaker level, that's where resistance becomes support. On the opposite side will be the one time that it works. So it's at the beginning, at the end of a market maker buy model, sell model. That's when it works. If that makes sense. So all those books are just literally, if you think about it, all those concepts that are being told, yes, they do work, but maybe once in a while because it's in a specific area, right? So it doesn't work on a constant basis. So that's why a lot of people, well, I was one of them. I was like, oh, and the one time it worked, you believe it because you've read it, and then, but the logic doesn't apply most of the time. And that one time is not enough to be consistent, profitable, I guess. Yeah. Do you guys want to share your analysis for London? Curious what you guys think. London and maybe even New York. Do we have news? We have news today, right? Let me check, guys. Let me check. Hey, and listen, no news Monday yesterday, but it was volatile. I think it was a good day. It was a nice day. Not easy, but there were opportunities. But everyone just skilled. I mean, I can't say it enough. I think it is really time to scale down a little bit because the wicks and the movements are just huge sometimes. It's just crazy. And the good thing about the volatility is you can make a lot of money with just a micro, and you can manage your risk a little bit better, right? What date is it today? 24th, right? Am I correct? Oh, yeah, I'm on painkillers, guys, because of my. So I might be not too fast. I need to. Yeah, today is Tuesday. Uh, Tuesday. Tuesday. FOMC. No news in London. ADP is tentative. Is the government still closed? Is it still the situation? Am I 10 a.m. news, CB consumer confidence, Richmond manufacturing index. Okay, that's it. Oh, President Trump speaks at 9 p.m. Okay, but that's in the evening. Okay. Wasn't it State of the Union Wednesday? Or is it today? Going to make a new low. Wax Graham. Okay, it's Tuesday, by the way. Yeah, so you think we're going to get a Tuesday low in London already, or do you think we're going to have a Tuesday low in New York session? Going to make a new low. Could be. Yeah, I have no idea. To be honest, I do think we're going. Well, yeah, we're definitely going to revisit this. It's too equal, right? But we also have some levels here. It's sort of tricky, you know, in all honesty. If I look at this, we're still in a range, technically, and we just could manipulate still. You know, remember when sometimes you are in a larger range on a lower time frame like this? Like, think about this. You can go back and forth a couple of times. And if I see this here, this area between these two end walls, I just don't think it's done yet playing around here. We can go back into this wick. This is at 9:30. Remember, this was the opening wick yesterday, I believe. Was it? Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah. So why did they create this wick? I wouldn't be surprised. We go into this wick here, maybe to midpoint, or maybe even into this. Look, it didn't do anything in this end walk. We have still a totally unfilled end walk. It's nothing here. Hey Jerry, how are you? I'm doing great. Besides the fact that I feel a little bit handicapped because I had a little bit of a it's not a back issue, it's more a muscle issue. So my back, I have a sort of more mobility, I can't move. And then this weekend I also fell during the weekend, so I sprained my ankle a little bit. But I can walk again. I mean, it's not that bad. I thought at least that was just half a day that I couldn't walk, half a night. So, but I feel a little bit handicapped. So, yeah. So I'm just looking. If I look at this, it's hard. I think we could go up into this event horizon again, so that might go up in the OTE zone, right? Golden zone here. And then, but we could also reject from here already because we're at the midpoint. Could be enough. Last few weeks they left the first presented fair value gap of Monday a long time. We didn't we didn't retest it until 2 weeks later. Yeah, I'll recover. I'll recover very soon. I'm very if I have something, and normally it passes by quite quickly. But I had a few back operations, so it's not the same thing. That's the only thing that really would worry me if I needed those. But it's just a must. It's just when I do some exercise and do it wrong, it's just a weak spot, and then it just happens. So yeah. So if you see me moving like an old woman, it's you change your chart. Yeah, it's just Haney. I went to no, I did not change my the background. I just changed to M and Q, and I have a few different things now showing there. You probably see already what I'm doing, but I didn't change the color, the back. I did not. No, I just changed the drawings. It's very colorful, right? It's like a painting. I know it's an issue for a lot, but if I go to the 1 minute, there's not much there. But I just want to show the opening range gaps because they're being used continuously, and I'm just curious about this one, and also why I want to point out this one is that if you see here the N walk, the new week opening gap that has not been visited is the top of the opening range gap. So the moment I see us go over this first presented fair value gap here on Monday, I would be inclined to think that we might revisit this one to give this either some buy side, or maybe just halfway and then go back down, and then it will be revisited again. But it's just be aware. It's always good to know that if we have an NWOG, which is totally unvisited with buy side or sell side. I'm looking at the 1 hour, by the way. So it could be, if you look lower time frame, you could see buy side, sell side, but it's not on the higher time frame. So I'm looking, for me as a distribution trader on 1 hour, 4 hour, I want to see, for me, this helps me plan my larger distribution trades. If I think, we're going to finally rebalance this area, because I love it that it's not rebalanced at all. There's nothing yet here. For me, that's opportunity. I can frame my trades around that, especially my higher time frame trades. So, but then again, yeah, John, you're right. There's so much also down below. So it's a higher time frame, definitely bearish. But you know what? I'm just thinking that they're going to bring it down at some point, but they're just jagging it up to be able to slam it down. You know, when, let's say the war starts, or you know, there's some other, I don't know, tariff news or something else, that they're just jagging it up so they can easily bring it down very fast and have enough. You know, that if they bring it down now already, you know, they want to maybe create the illusion that everything is okay, so people are not selling off yet. And then the moment things start, people will start, there'll be more risk off, obviously. So now they're just jagging it up, jagging it up, jagging it up. And then we get that move down. That's the only thing that I'm sort of thinking about. Like, are they doing this, you know, unorganically? And then in one move, we'll get one of those very beautiful, nice moves to the short, to the downside when the time is ready. Because I know it's hanging in the air, right? So that's my only concern. So... what do you guys think? Is this are they just jagging it up to, you know, just be able to bring it down instead of bring it down now already, and then you have news, for example, they have to bring it down more. You just have more margin to. Jerry, that's a good one. Nvidia earnings Wednesday. That's tomorrow, right? Yeah. Are there any other big ones? Could you? Are there more? I think Nvidia. What are the prospects about Nvidia? Anyone has an idea? How's Nvidia been doing? Yeah, it's being propped. I agree. I think so too. Yeah, I think that is also just so it's nothing organically. It's just all manipulated, right? Yeah. Look, higher time frame. It's very, very weak. We've got loads of. Once it starts going here, look at this. It's already doing the work in the wicks here. Once it starts going, it's going to be an easy ride down. It's going to be a beautiful ride down. Just be prepared and just, you know, all those levels. It's just beautiful. It's got beautiful levels down here. Even here, we've got a nice gap here as well. This gap. This is also an opening range gap right here. Not just here. I like 24,555 as well. Yeah, capex spend over B. They always do well, but there has been some hype that AI is overinvested. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be volatile after close. That's tomorrow. Okay. What time is it? 2:27. See, the difference with yesterday is that yesterday this one was left open, right? And then we used it for the silver bullet. Remember, we left this one open and we were trading through the 3 o'clock. So yesterday we opened up at 3 a.m. There was a first presented at 6 past 3-ish, but then we traded through it, and then it made everybody think we were bearish, but it used that 2 a.m. as a silver bullet. It traded into this one here, and then it blasted off to the upside, if I remember correctly. I think so, right? My memory. I can blame the drugs. I can blame the medication if I'm wrong. Okay, here we go. So now we already went into this here at 2. So 2 a.m. is here. What did we do? We went up. We went into the midpoint. Asia highs here. Yeah, I think we're going to go to 912-ish. I do think that we are. I think I'm going to go into a long. What time is it? 2:28. Yeah, I'm going to take a paper trade long. Guys, when I'm on medication, I'm not going to put my money on the line yet. I need to be sure that I'm not. ROI on CAPEX spend for AI is key to NVIDIA. ROI on CAPEX. Okay, what is CAPEX, John? I'm sorry to ask, but I really don't know what that means. They always do well, but there are some high. Yeah, okay. What is CAPEX? It might be a stupid question, but. So let me do a poll with you guys. London session. Let's not go too far. Do we think London session? So between now and 4 o'clock, are we going to go up or down? Start a poll. London session. Bullish or bearish? Bullish, bearish. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Are we going to take Asia high? Thanks, Wags. Oh, we already took Asia high, by the way. We closed at midnight, and then we already slammed through it here. Yeah, I'm gonna go. What time? 2:30, 2:33. I'm gonna go into this fair value gap and then go down into these here. Hold on, I need to get my paper. Where's my? Oh. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised we go up into this range here. Let's see. The grand. One could argue that this is balanced, right? So we don't go over midnight. Let's see what happens at midnight. Just gonna wait until two. It's 2:33 right now. Let's see what happens. Uh, John, Google it. Well, I'm streaming right now, so that will be a little bit difficult to Google it while I'm streaming. So, the real reason markets displaying bearish divergence is because of the fracturing global economy. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I'll go to the 5 minute. I want to have more data. Let me see the poll. 12 votes bullish and 75% bearish, 25% bullish. Okay. Okay, so this is a thing that I have noticed on my journaling. As long as if we stay below this, so if we reject this 5 minute fair value gap, is there a 15-minute fair value gap as well? We will re-see this one here. We're also not, the bodies are staying below this area here as well. So this is not very bullish at the moment yet for me. So I wonder if they're going to leave this for later on. So are we going to go drop back into the range? And, you know, we are above 0.5 of the full range. So technically we have enough to be in premium, right, to go back down. We went all the way back up during Asia. We just slammed over 0.5 here with a beautiful displacement as well. So this is an important fair value gap for later. And at exactly just over midnight, we closed, and then we just tapped over it a little bit. So technically, we did take out midnight. Oh, Asia. Well, technically, we did. Key is Nvidia always do well because they cheat with round-tripping circular deals and using startups they own to buy their own chips. Okay. 230 into this fair value gap. Are we gonna go lower now? Oh, let me open up my account. It's too slow for me to engage, guys. I don't really like it so far. I mean, I'm not interested yet. I think we really have to wait until some better displacement comes along. Not really interested in this really slow price action. I mean, you know, we're at 0.5. We always say we don't dabble in the middle. You just want to wait because it might go higher into the OTE range, or it might slam down from here. Now midnight is quite nicely above. Oh shit. I mean, I should be bearish when I get 230 into a fair value gap, though, to be honest. But I just don't want to. I just don't feel comfortable engaging right now. Because you know, I never like it when we have like Asia. So when we have Asia here and then we purge it just around midnight. So midnight ends and then just it goes straight above it. Sort of like I don't really trust those purges a little bit, if you understand what I mean. So this one, we go to the 1 minute here. Show you. So we close here. This is midnight here, right? Obviously here midnight, and the first one purges Asia. I never trust those, to be honest. It's really like a few minutes later we instantly purge it, and then we go lower. Then we take out the midpoint. We already did it here. I don't know. Just makes me wonder if we just go, if we're ready to really go further down, are we just gonna retrace a little bit? Now we're already, what did we do here? Let me see. Where's my 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock is right over here. Um, let's match. Let's see. From 2 to 2:30 exactly here. This is a 2:30 range. I think I'm interested in a long, to be honest. Let me see. I'm gonna wait till the 2:15. I just want a little bit more data, but I think I'm inclined to. Let's see how we react here, and if we really are going to go bearish or not. Just want to see if we're really going to. Are we gonna go? Is the 0.5 enough, or are we going to target? We're gonna leave midnight for now. There's my 130. So let's see. Okay, let's see how we react in that fair value gap. That's a nice displacement. We like to see that. I mean, 230 in a fair value gap. I mean, I think it's gonna blast through this one. Go lower, yeah. It's gonna go back to. I'm gonna go back to this level here, 7, 8, 790. I don't trust it at all. I like you. I like you. I think you'll be valuable later on. Change you. Oh. Anyone anticipate that short? Anyone was in that short already? Hello, Mr. Chaos Factor. How are you doing? Would love to see a rejection MSN from the higher 4-hour FUG below us. Let me go to the 4-hour. Mm-hmm. Definitely, yes. Hey, S3K. S3K. Might consolidate here, right? We're almost at the 250 macro. We're almost there. We're almost there. Almost at the 250 macro. You would think that we could go lower, right, into this fair value gap, right? So we do have a wickless candle here as well. See if it's really going to manipulate just a wick, or is it really going to fall? You need to be a little bit bigger here. Here we go. Yeah, when I see price already behaving like this, it's already like, if we don't get a lot of movement in this macro, we might have a good movement within the 350 macro, right? I actually like it when we don't have it. I'm actually starting to think in my journaling, if we don't have a proper move with 250, this macro, a lot of the times the good move comes the one macro later, right? I don't know if you guys also noticed that. So, ooh, you're doing a good job here. You're a feisty little one. Little one, look at that little one here. You're so cute. Cute little one. Putting up the work. Manipulating up to go down? Or are you just going to go back up? Go back into the range? See, we didn't break the 150 to 210 macro. We stayed above it. Or we just created literally equal lows. Relatively equal so far. Are we going to take them out in this macro? I don't think. To be honest, when a lot of the times when it does that, we might have to wait a little bit before it takes them out again. So that's why I'm not engaging in a short at all at the moment. I really want to see more. Let's see if it goes back into midnight, or see what it does. Yeah, you're in a long. Yeah, I would. I mean, if you have a good stop loss, I would hold. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be too surprised if it goes up as well, but not engaging yet. It's too dicey for me at the moment in this area. Let's see, it's 251. What did we do at 249? We went up 250 as well. I don't know. Let's see. We really need to go over here. If we don't go back into over this range, we still might be bearish. Let's see. It's too slow for me anyway. I mean, if it does make a move, and in this macro, I don't like how it's behaving already. Still bearish though. We 230. We went exactly in a 15-minute fair value gap in bearish one. We're in the macro. We're leaving imbalances everywhere. Here. Here, nothing here. Do we have any spottiness here? Not at all. Just equal low. If I would enter now, it will be a gamble, because I can frame it both ways. I can see a manipulation to the upside in this macro, and I can see it go down. So, hello 305 Mia here. That's a nice name. Mia here. Welcome to the family. You see how the body stayed above this little fair value gap? Here, here, 248 already. 253. Return to low. What did we make the low here? 155. 155, 244, 248, 254. Okay, we go down. It should be any. We should take it down now. If we start going up, it's not going to take out this liquidity anymore. We need to do it now within before 255 ish. 155, 234. No, I think it's going to go up. Let's take it out. Let's see. It's 254. 255 now. Should I enter a long or not? It's going to go slam down, or are you going to go up? I really wanted to see, get into this little gap here before going up. If it does go up, let's see. I think I would enter if I get in here and then it goes back up. I might enter the long with my stop just below this one here. Sometimes it's tricky. It leaves those. 255 still. Still don't trust it yet. Just go to sleep, have a good night, and take care. Me go to sleep? It's daytime here. Okay. Yeah, let's see. To find this out, this one here. 242. It's just manipulate. I mean, it's just okay. I like that. What are you doing? It should be long. 256. Let me see. I'm just gonna. Now it's sort of a gap. It's. I would not do this on my live account, guys. I mean, I'm more bearish than, but I think it's more manipulation or something because I just don't think it's going time wise. It doesn't add up in the macro that it's going to go down anymore. Let's see. Still, it could still slam down on me, but you see how small this risk is. I'm willing to take that risk. This is more than I'm thinking, okay, it's just creating liquidity to take it out maybe later in another macro. That's the only thing that why I think this, but I could be totally wrong. I still could take it out in that 3 o'clock macro. But because everything is so manipulated, so, I shouldn't put this trade on, to be honest, on stream. It's such a low probability trade. Oh, Dave, yeah, let me, there we go. I'm going to be stopped out. There we go. Boom. Yeah, I'll put the link. I pinned the proper one in the chat. So in the description it's incorrect, but the one in the chat is the one that's properly you can use. That was a stupid trade, to be honest. I mean, especially when there's a 4-hour fair value gap below as well. Can blame the drugs. $230 we went into a fair value gap here. We didn't go over this one. That's already a confirmation of a short as well. It's a standard distortion. A trade right before London. Well, this was a stupid trade, but if you know where price is going, it's actually you want to be positioning yourself before you get a displacement. If you are able to do so, that means you're doing pretty well. It's the same with the 9:30 open. When sometimes you can take a trade. If you position yourself in pre-market, and then you expect a move. But you can get hurt as well if you are on the wrong side of the move, obviously, if you don't have a stop loss. But there's nothing wrong with trading before an open if you know where price is going. I'm sure there are people in the chat that are already in the trade for the short that they saw. Anyone in a short who positioned themselves before the London open? I'm sure there are people here. It comes with experience, Mr. Chaos Factor. If you are, I'm sure there are people in the chat who will position themselves before the 3 o'clock because they use the displacement to go to their trade faster. It'll come. But for me, it was a stupid trade because obviously there was a 4-hour, and we even talked about it. There's a 4-hour fair value gap here. We were just hanging above it. You see, so we got S3K, he shorted at 28,840 right over here, which makes sense. If you go over the logic, at 2:30 we went into a 15-minute and 5-minute fair value gap. Then here you got a confirmation that we did not engulf this candle here. So people here, I can totally see that people see here we have a high. Here the high doesn't even get higher here. And then here again it's lower. So people can position themselves short already and trade into that 4-hour fair value gap. So it's not, I don't think it's a risky, I think it's a I mean, I was very It wasn't a smart move on my end, but I can totally see the setup here, the logic, you know, the build up of the shorts here, and then the move, and then creating this. But now there's nothing wrong with missing that move, because now we have displacement, and we can use this displacement for further futures, right? For other, so it doesn't matter if you miss the move, but I totally understand that people take the trade, and for those, and for us, you know, if you miss it, we just use this displacement for another trade, because that's why we love large displacements, because those are the ones we can use for further trading. But I don't consider this a very risky. It's a very well set up trade, like what S3K did. It's very well set up, a lot of logic to it, and there was a good target as well. That is that. So he's going for Asia low, exactly. Yeah. And Asia low also matches up with this N walk. You see here, so it's tagging right into. And you can see here also the fair value gap that I marked. I mean, it's just I made a very stupid mistake, guys. But you see, we didn't even tag into the midpoint. The body stayed below. We stayed below the event horizon. So it was logical that once we start having this candle here, that we have a wick into here. So normally what I would do, like also like how I trade my 10 a.m., the 2 a.m., you want to position yourself in the wick, right? So this is the 2 a.m. You want to position yourself in this area here, so above 836. So 836 here, I marked it here, we went up. This is the manipulation move, and you want to position yourself before 2 a.m. and then you want to drop. And that's the manipulation of the 2 a.m. distribution candle. Now, I am not too interested. Why? How many points is this? For me, if I would trade this, I prefer over 60 points. But and also if I see a N walk here, I think, okay, we're just going to bounce off this one here, and it is just too short. I would rather wait for more information and catch a larger distribution. But this is a totally very solid trade. Well done for those who took it. And if you manage to go to Asia low, which has a multiple confluences with N walk, now don't go all the way to daily open in this, because you know it's going to be wicky and go back and forth. If you see an N walk here, just take your profit around the N walk and just be satisfied with it, or just a few points above it, right? And this is Asia here. If Asia's here and you see an N walk here, you take the highest one, which is Asia. You just get out. You take your profit and you run. Hey, Mr. Chaos Factor, there's nothing wrong with waiting. You know, I lately as well, sometimes I just don't feel it and I wait and I just watch and I just and sometimes I'm totally on the ball and then I have solid trades. I get 150 points come really easy, and sometimes I just don't feel it at all, and then I just wait because I've missed one thing or I'm not really feeling it. Like I made this mistake, like, oh, I know, okay, you know, it was right in front of me, everything, and then I already know, you're not going to put any money on the line because you're not sharp. And I know I'm using medication right now, but it's not an excuse. But I know I have to be aware. But you know, and then I just go over the logic. I journal it. What did I miss? What could I do better? Why did I get in the trade? And I write it down. Okay, I'm just a little bit distracted. I've got pain in my back. I'm using medication, so I'm not on my best self. Be careful. Do not trade live money. So if you feel like, okay, I feel it's too risky for me, it's too risky for you, and then you don't trade it. Nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're a bad trader at all. It just means you don't want that. You're just waiting for another setup, and there's hundreds. And some people take it here and they're done, and we take another trade, which is just, nothing wrong with that. Really, nothing wrong with that. This is a little bit more for the more experienced, people that have, have been maybe working on their model. Now we have to wait. Why? Because we wicked into it, but we also have this. We didn't go into the. I do think we're going to go lower now. Why? Because we didn't tag into the N walk, and we still have a movement to the downside. So, and we already tagged into this, but we could go back up again. Is anyone holding a runner? Now, I said something, and I want to go back to that. Remember that I said I don't trust it, but I guess this can be trusted. Remember, I said, oh, um, we had Asia high here, and we took it out. So you have to journal that, right? Journal Asia high taken at 0.4. It is valid enough. And then we bounced on it, and then we went lower. Then we went here. We took 0.5 again. So we were definitely in premium here. And then we had enough to go lower. So for me, I journaled that, and then I'm like, at the time, it doesn't matter. So even though, because I know I journaled last time something like that, and it didn't. But then maybe if I go back, there might not be a displacement like this. Not Gigi, no. Just you, I love you so much. You cannot walk into my setup now. If I go back into my journal, most likely, what do you want? You have to go that way, my love. Most likely I won't find a displacement like this. So I have to go back because I know that it comes from somewhere where I journaled it, but most likely I will see a lot of difference around this area when it took Asia, and then it came back to it. It just swept it, but I think the body, if I like I said, I need to go back to it. My memory is not working that well, but I think the body, it was only a wick. I think that was the difference. And here you can see there's a body over it, right? So I think that is maybe a little algorithmic thing that I need to look into then. If that makes sense. Okay. Bullish 45%, bearish 55%. Hey, most of the chat is correct. Looks like we'll still have an hour to go. Well, in all honesty, if we're going to have a continuation, right? Because look at the 15-minute. Why did we? Hold on, I need to check something. What was that, my love? Is that a bird? Oh my God! Imagine. Okay, now those are the my avocados are dropping, but they make a lot of noise because there's like they fall half on a roof or something, and then they drop. And I'm just thinking, sometimes I collect them now, and I'm like, what if the one of those avocados, those unripes, fall on my head? They can bloody open up my skull. It's yeah. They can open up your skull. Not a monkey. No, well, no, I thought it could be a bird. Sometimes it's like a glass door. It's an outdoor shower, and sometimes a bird. It's horrible, but they fly into it, and then I just want to make sure if it falls, then I can, I sort of like I nurture them back to. I'll make sure the cat doesn't get it. So, but it wasn't a bird. Sometimes they fly into the door. But this night I had a bed. Tonight I had a bed in the house as well. So I leave everything open, but it managed to fly out again. Yeah, but the monkeys are very cute. Very cute. Very adorable. Okay, let's see. What happened to my double screen? Oh, by the way, let's have a look at if we have a SMT with ES. Okay, so now you see we are in between, we tag into this N walk here. I want to make sure, what did we do with ES? Oh, why does this always happen? I hate that. Just need my N walks need to be open. Okay, this is also a form of SMT. I noticed that if you have like and Q goes into the N walk and ES does not, right? Now one could follow each other, but if you really see, like sometimes it does not. Let's see. Did we have SMT at the top? I don't think so, right? We didn't have SMT at the top. Here we took out. Yeah, there was no SMT here. Okay, guys. Okay. Time is at 3:16. Still no SMT. Tricky, tricky, tricky. It's 3:15, so we already have like a quarter is already done. We took it here. Same. Oh, there is SMT. Yeah. There we go. We got SMT now. Yeah. M&Q didn't take out these highs, and ES did. Okay. Now the question is, will we go long here? I would not come here yet. I think we're going to continue to the downside though. Yeah. Continuation. We did hit 0.5. Continuation, manipulation. There's a nice 15-minute fair value gap, a little bit lower inversion here. 0.62. Are you done or are you going to manipulate further? Oh, are you back? Hey, Companyman Calm. You trust I am well? Well, not, I have been better, to be honest. I walk like a 60-year-old. Well, no, not I no, that's an insult to a 60-year-old. I'm sorry. I walk like a 110-year-old. And but I still feel young though. Hey, Zara Trader, how are you doing? Okay, so 0.5, 320. We haven't created any imbalances, so it looks very weak, right? Now, where are we going? Where is price going? Are we going to take out these lows in London? Or are we going to bounce off somewhere here, go back up into this range, and then take it out? See, for me, it's not really... where is my double screen? There we go. We're the midpoint of that opening range gap. So I'm gonna trade at the end of where Asia low. I don't trust it too much. 0.5. Are we gonna consolidate or going to distribute? Are we gonna in a distribution candle? We do engulf this 4-hour fair value gap, right? So do we have an inversion here? We have an inversion here. Yeah, look at the 1 hour. This is a beautiful manipulation here. It's pretty clear all the way from here to here. How many points would that have been? See, I'm too slow, but it's under 48 points. Still a good trade though. But it should have been in the wick here. If I look at the 1 hour chart, I can see market structure shift to the upside and to the downside. I'm like, okay, are we here? Are we? Is this very bullish? No, because we're still in this fair value gap. Are we bearish here? Yeah, I think we're bearish. Okay, that's a very good question, Company Man. Yeah, if I have a bias, sometimes I do get stuck on a bias, but I try to switch whenever you can still see it. It happened actually just now. Everything was very clear in the chart, but I still had I went for that long, but everything was actually short, so I didn't switch my bias on the right time. But that means I'm either not in the right mindset, I'm not fast enough. So I have like I said, I have an excuse because I'm using medication because of the pain in my back. But if I see that, I know that I shouldn't be putting my money up, because you need to be able to switch your bias very quickly when you are wrong, and everything in the chart. But when you have a bias and you get stuck to it, which happens sometimes, but you have to be aware of it, that you're not open-minded enough to be wrong at that moment. So and the danger, when that's why I always get a little bit pissed off when people say, oh, 100, you're wrong, 100, it's 100% going there, and then people are wrong. But what they do, they influence other people, but they also close up their own mind, because if you think you're 100% right, you're not open to anything else anymore. And it happens without realizing it. So you saw it with my trade. I mean, it was actually really, really stupid, because we even talked about the 4 hour fair value gap, which was just below us. It doesn't make sense that I went for a long when there's just a 4 hour fair value gap where we even engulfed it, but we could have just even tapped into it, right? So, and then from that moment on, you want to maybe enter a long and not enter just above it, with the risk being. But you can always start the day with a buy. You need to, but you have to also, like, during the day, you go over it again, like what happened. And that's why I do much better, I think, statistically on New York, because I've got more data. My longer trades, my over 100 point trades are mainly because I've got the confidence, and because I've got more data already behind me in London, more levels that have been traded to. So I've got the intel to trade off. So that's the difference. So London, you're still actually collecting a lot of data, right? But if you see the trade already, I mean, there's enough opportunity already. I mean, it was it wasn't really a very risky. I mean, it was pretty obvious that we would go lower with the NWAR below us, Asia low. There were multiple confluences. Let me put it that way, that you could use and you can connect. But well, the moment you're neutral, you're more open, right? But I think you want to prepare yourself for scenario A, B, C. So neutral, if we go sideways, you don't do anything. But if we go long, I can do this. If we go short, we do this. So if I am really on my best, I have already, that's what I do in my pre-market prep. What I do in pre-market prep, I go over multiple scenarios. I write down the levels. What if we go up? What if we go down? What if the opening range gap gives us this? What if we do that? So you want to be prepared. So let's call it different. Let's just call bias, not bias, but let's go over different scenarios. What are we going to do in different scenarios? That when I'm in the right mindset, I don't even think about bias. I just think about what I would do in different scenarios, and I go over different levels in advance. So I'm prepared for if it starts running in that direction. I'm prepared because I've got the levels already pointed out, and I've already gone over the data, calculated some different things. If it would do this, I can anticipate that. So then I'm really in the right mindset, and then I just I'm open-minded to whatever it is. If I think in scenarios, so that is for me. Maybe that helps, not thinking in bias, but thinking in scenarios. Like, okay, if price action is going to go this way, what am I going to do? If price action is going to go in that way, what am I going to do? So the moment you have a bias, you want to be correct, right? It's in our nature. We want to be right. And you know, and then it just blocks your head for some reason. It's also the moment you're in a trade, you just don't, you just taper it differently than if you're not in a trade. You're just looking, you're looking much better into price action when you're not in a trade. The moment you're in a trade, you want to be, you don't want to be wrong. Even when I'm in a paper trade, I can feel it as well. Hey, Anjinka, how are you? So I try to think in scenarios, and I always try to make 3 scenarios: bullish, bearish, sideways. But it can be tough. Once you have a bias, you want to you get married to it, right? Okay, now let's have a look. I'm not going over the 1 hour, 4 hours. I just want to stay in the 1 hour. I just want to see this week. Where are we at in the week? So let's think about people always ask buys, but sometimes it's really clear, right? I mean, but I think now with all the manipulation, we just have to be more vigilant, I guess. Okay, we tap into 0.5 of this week. We have a little, I'm going to mark this little fair value gap here, inversion. It's an inversion and fair value gap here, 0.62. I like that level, maybe for a next short. I'll go over, I mean, 15 minute. It's not a 15-minute IFD, it's a 15-minute fair value gap, my friend. Here we go. Okay. Now I find it already a little bit difficult to trade this because we hit 0.5. It was the same thing here, right? It's like, okay, are we going to go up or down? But then you really have to look into the candles to determine your, you just forget about your bias, or what about logic, because 0.5 could be enough to go down, but we could have gone here as well. But if you look at how price was printing, there were enough algorithmic signatures that was indicating a move to the downside, right? Hello, Dora. S3K still in the trade. Okay, well, did you trail your stop already? I think so, right? A stop at break even. Did you take a partial? If not, I would already trail my stop, because you don't want to. We are at 0.5. We're in the midpoint of a opening range gap. We hit the end walk. I do think it might go further down, right? Didn't make equal lows at the end walk. At the end walk, yes, it did. So that's a very good point Dora's making. I didn't even see it. Thank you, Dora. Guys, I would see those things normally very quick. We made a really equal low here at the 1 hour. The blue one is an end wall, yeah. So when you see that, a lot of the times, I'm saying a lot of the times, it's even a 4 hour. I'm just checking if we had a 4 hour before as well. Yes, it's relatively equal here. Now, why am I saying this? If it's relatively equal, but it's most of the times when it's when they're really straight lined, they don't take it out, for example, in the same hour. It will take it out the next hour. So, but now it's not really equal. It's just sort of like hanging above it. So let's see. Could still take it out in this hour though, if it's really weak. If it's going for other On the M1 min, I'm looking for a bearish CISD at 24,803. We are already bearish. I mean, you don't have to look for a bearish CISD. We're still bearish. Three, 333. We tagged into a bearish fair value gap here. We're now bouncing off the low, Asia low. One could argue that this could be a bullish CISD on the 1 minute. Let's have a look at the 5 minute, by the way. Let's forget the 1 minute. Oh, definitely not. Yeah, still bearish. I mean, this is bearish. Yeah, I'm gonna go in a paper trade. I should have gone in here already. TP, just gonna be here. I'm inclined to go to 702, but I'm not gonna do that. Stop losses. Ooh, this is bad. Cannot do that. This is almost a 1-to-1. I hate that. I never do that. I need to bring it down. 3335. Did we tag 0.5 here? Yeah, that's okay. Oh, I cannot have a. I don't want that. Let me use the breaker. It's already bad. I mean, it should be at least 2R. And I think I'll trail it very fast. If it goes against me, I don't want to lose in trade. What time is it? 3:36. See, I don't like the time. We are below the daily open and the event, the settlement price. Now I have these wicks here as well. We went below. I want to see the body below 0.5, and then I will be able to bring it down further. Then my level is, I trust. Then I will be okay with this level here. It's weak. If we do go further down, I do think we might go even down much further. Yeah, I don't think if we'll be able to. We'll be surprised if we can make it all the way back up. 233. Bearish breaker. We activated the breaker. We could go back into the breaker, but not go higher than. I'm going to 2 ticks above it. Here we go. In case it does go back, retest it. Yeah, the time, because it's, normally you have the run between 20 and 40, and then you get back, and then it prepares itself for the next macro to take out these lows. The question is, how high is it going to go? Is it going to go? Did we tag into it? I just wonder if it's going to go a little bit higher again. This is what you see nowadays. Sometimes it goes back into this little fair value gap, not a little one, but just, you have a little wick already, and then just goes into it again a little bit higher, and then breaks down. This is what happened yesterday in the PM session. It didn't take out these, it just stopped here and then went back all the way up, right? Could happen. Could happen. We went to 0.5. Could do exactly the same thing to the upside. Any point here. Just go down and then we go back up. I'll write it back up with you and Q. I'll do it. Just take out this. See, this N walk is so strong. I just don't trust it too much. I'm gonna put some N dogs on as well. If it will go back up, it just gives me a lot of intel how price is behaving. Like for example, oh, it doesn't take out the lows, then it goes back up, and then I'm better prepared for New York. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to do that. And then the 350 macro, we run up, we go back, run up. Because it maybe it's respecting, it's creating equals, equals, equals. Like, I want only 5. I want too many of them. I need a few more. Down. There was one big N walk below us. Where are you? I need you. Show yourself. Where are you at? I have to find that one. I have to find that one. You see, we're at it's a very tricky area here because we're at the midpoint of I'll show you. I think I want to get out of this trade, to be honest. I think I have to reposition myself. You know, we're at 0. This is exactly the midpoint of that opening range gap. Those are very important levels of liquidity. I always use them. Let's see. What time is it? 41. I'm gonna reposition. If it's a good trade, I'll re-enter again. I just want to wait a little bit more to the macro because I just got my limit order, the 1 minute inversion to go short, but very yes, because we're at the 0.5, we do have a little inversion here. I marked it as a fair value gap, but there's also an inversion on the 15 minute. It's in the OTE golden zone, but you know, 0.5 could be enough for it to go back up, especially if it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth a couple of times. Could easily go back up, especially being at 0.5, not breaking the N walk. It's an N walk and an N dog, by the way, so it's double. Get double for your money. Well, N walk is always an N dog. I mean, what did I want to show? I don't know what I wanted to. Oh, I want to show the 15 minute. Let's go to the. Well, I'll go to the 10 minute, by the way. Now we rejected here at 0.5, and we're exactly here at 0.5. So, but we did not go into 602 from this range, and now in this range we're in exactly the same situation. So what are we going to do? Are we going to behave the same? This will be the first 15 minute. Oh, this is interesting, by the way. Hold on. Let me see. Did it go into the inversion already? Because then we might go back up. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. If I mark the inversion and not the fair value gap, look, we tapped into it here. So if we do go lower, then this might be in play because we're still in the inversion here. I'm going to mark, I think the inversion is, and we also have one here, a very tiny one. Oh, I like you. You're very small, but you're very efficient, most likely. Oh, yeah. 761. 0.5. 7.8. Why did this opening range gap disappear? It's all balanced here. We don't need to go here anymore. Sell side, buy side, sell side, buy side. You see, what I don't like is that from this level here, we actually did not tag into 0.5. It did not go through it yet. I'm annoyed it didn't trigger my order. I think in markets like this, it's sometimes just better to market order in because time it just sometimes wicks. I think it has to really go with a body closure to it. So if it just wicks through it, it doesn't trigger, right? Sometimes you just have to market order in these markets, especially when it's very wicky. 346. I don't think I'm going to engage. I'm just going to watch. If it goes down, it goes down. I just don't trust it too much. If I just don't feel comfortable. I don't like those 0.5 levels. I really want to have the reversal or a proper retracement. It's already halfway, right? So this is like the what I can see happening is we're almost at the 350 macro that we close this candle. Let's see what it does now. Is it going to leave that? Is it going to take out that low before the close? So, like for example, now we do have an equal low. Either it's going to take it or it's going to leave it, and maybe in the after 4 o'clock it might take it. Let's see. Okay, it took it. There's another one here. Let's see what's now. Okay, very bearish now. So if we start falling down, I see 619 as a level. So there's enough level room to get in. I think if we start really falling down, it's going to go 619, 620ish. But I think if we start dropping, it's going to drop fast. It's going to go 619. Let's see. 619. 650. Let's see if we can find a proper entry. 15. I think I'm getting in. I'm just paper trading it. I like to see the first two candles go up. I'm okay to be in drawdown here. I just don't want to miss. I think it's gonna drop. I think it's so weak now. My TP is gonna be all the way down here. I'm not gonna put my stop loss in yet because it could take me out. I think it's just gonna drop very fast. We're below 50%. I think it's, this whole opening range gap is already balanced. I don't think it needs to be. So I think it's going to drop through it now anyway, and then go to another level. And I need to go very far down. 619. I think I'm going to hold this for a while now. Might take me for. This, I can adjust it here. Uh, I've got all my levels on NQ though, so I have to readjust a little bit. When it starts dropping, it's going to drop. I think we're going to get I think this might be a fast drop. We're just going to spike up to the other side and I'm screwed. GP hit 3.5 hour. Well done. Well done. And it was a very good trade. It was very well, I mean, it was very clear. And if you see it, you're doing good. It was an advanced trade though, but I mean, it was totally not, it was a very well risk trade, right? You could trade it very well. So yeah. Now we do have equal highs and some imbalances here that we could go into. And then I just have to I'll re-enter. I'll get out and get re-enter again. But once it starts dropping, I think it's going to be a fast drop. 353. Um, The level that I'm looking for might be the one in New York, though. It's the weekly midpoint. Um, we're gonna reject here 731. Yeah, I need to find a better entry. Hold on, I see I'm too impatient now, guys. I'm not putting any money on the line because I'm just not. Um, Let me just see how price is behaving. What are we doing in this market? Are you gonna slam up? Could go up. We are exactly at 0.66. We could go back up. Check out these imbalances, but it looks so weak. It doesn't look. There's nothing. I mean, this is all. I think I'm just gonna go run through this very quickly. This is all has been. There's no. There's not much to be done here. You can just fall through it, right? Or are you gonna go back up? Good. 0.15. This one. See, this is exactly what I mean. Yeah. Timing is off. Timing is off. It's not 350 macro. See, exactly when you go to 1/3 level, those are very important levels. Always retracement level. You should know that. Oh, I don't think there's many imbalances left. A few here, but it could leave them open, right, as a breakaway. Well, I guess this is the breakaway. Um, do we have S&T? We could go in consolidation, right? Look at the where we're at here. Okay, let's see. Asia low. What are we going to do here? Let's see. 4 o'clock coming. If we consolidate at 4 o'clock, we might get another move after 4 o'clock. Let's see. Six 19. Hit 0.5 here. We also could go, like I said, if we don't go below this N walk, we could go all the way back up to this N walk. It's ping pong Monday and Tuesday. That's what they're used for. But then we have to go back to the event horizon. I'm actually more inclined to go for a long now. 9:04. It's 4 o'clock already. Yeah. Let's see. We didn't tag into midnight. We left midnight. I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna leave them for today later on. Like I said, I think we're gonna go all the way back up to either here, and if we go over this one, we're gonna go into this wick and maybe into this and walk. Let's see if we can get a body over 4 o'clock. 1 minute. We went into this fair value gap. We did not go into this wick here, in this volume imbalance, pardon me. We're above 50% again. I'm gonna go for a paper. I'm just paper trading, guys. I'm not on my best. This is my TP, and I'm gonna. Oh, my TP is gonna be all the way up here. I'm gonna use this one here. This might be safer, but this is how many points? 62, 121. Okay, 9, 10. I have to watch 903. What happens at 903? And win. Welcome to the family. I think I want to take it up to even midnight. Let's see. I can always adjust it. Or adjust. Event horizon of an envelope. Okay. 3 pass. This is important. See what it does here. If we reject here, we might have to go short. I might have to cut it short if we are going to blast through this. Then I think we might be in play here. But let's see. See, let's see, give it a minute. We could just create the 4 o'clock wick and go down, or we are just consolidating, so that means we're going to have small candles back and forth, so we're going to stay in this range, or we're going to go blast through and take out this, go back higher into this wick and maybe even here. Let's see. It's 4 past. Okay. So this is the scenario. I'm just going to adapt. I'm just going to see what it does doing, and I'll just either I get out and I reverse. Well, I just about covered. Yeah, well, that's what you do when it's unclear. That's how you, when you're not sure, and especially when you're around 0.5 levels, midpoints of event horizons, midpoints of end walks, end dogs, new opening. You have to be able to adapt because you're not really, it can do anything. You know, the easiest trades are the ones that if you bottom tick, you know, the end of a market maker buy model, sell model, those are the, but we're in the middle. We're literally in the middle of everything. So we could still go to OTE level to the upside. We could go to OTE level to the downside. So that's where it becomes tricky. Okay, I'm getting out here. Get too much. Okay, I'm gonna wait until we get. I think we have to wait until the end of the macro. Let's wait. You see, we are tagging into event horizon of an end dog. So I really want to see body closure go over this. That will give me my confirmation for a long. If not, then we have a confirmation to the downside. Sometimes you just have to be, just going whatever you can find for as your treasure hunt. And when you hit a quarter level of an opening range gap, you can have a small retracement, but it could also be a reversal sometimes. You have to be very vigilant about that. But we could also just make a few of these 15-minute, 1-hour candles, especially in between those levels. It can be pretty nasty. Let's see. 7 past. Now we still didn't tag into this 15-minute here. Because you got to remember as well, we got an opening range gap here, which is nothing. Here we are pretty done. Sometimes when you're range bound, it could be range bound between either end walk to end walk, but it could also be opening range gap to opening range gap. So, for example, you can see we've done work here on the 15-minute, right? So we're bouncing off the 50%. So what if we are done here for now, because this is pretty balanced now. What if we are going up here to do the same? So that's what I'm thinking. If maybe we are going, it is, if you're range bound, it's always range bound between, but you just have to find what are we range bound in between. Sometimes it's end dog to end dog, sometimes it's end walk to end walk, sometimes it's opening range gap to opening range. If you're able to define those, what it's doing, you'll be able to take your trades, even if it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm actually thinking, that's why I'm leaving this on. It could be range bound between these, because we are just going from 0.5, 0.5. We're not going to 6.2. We're not going to 6. Again, if we are leaving this, that gives me intel. Like, okay, we're not doing that. We didn't do it here either. It's exactly the same scenario. So that gives me intel now. Okay, maybe I should go long, and maybe this is the range I'm going to have to play in today. And sometimes it takes time for you to collect that inbound, your intel. So yeah, you cover things because you want to find out what is going to be your edge and what is. Okay, I should be still live. My apologies, guys. OBS reconnection successful. There we go. Reconnected. I think I'm back. Let me test. Am I back? I think I'm back. Yes. Yeah, okay, I'm back. Yeah, that's an internet hiccup, guys. I had to restart every. Sometimes that happens. We're back. So apologies, guys. Internet happens. South Africa, everything is just not. Sometimes I'm still lucky that I have. Yes, you're back. Yeah, I had to restart everything, so all the internet things went down, and then I'm like, okay, let me just restart. If it's the internet company, sometimes my boosters, and then I don't know. So that takes time. Let's see, guys. Oh, everyone is back. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry. I mean, it's still where I'm staying is pretty good considering where I'm used to be. So I'm still very lucky. That's why I'm staying in this area because I can't find better internet if I move where I want to move at the moment. So, but then there will be big hiccups. But happy to have you all back. Let's get into it. Let's get back into it. Okay, let's look at the higher time frame, the 1 hour. What have we been doing so far? So we wicked up into this wick here, right? We did not like the. Are we just going to wick into this one? And is this now the area we're going to bounce in? So end dog to end walk. Or are we going to, so we disrespected the event horizon. I just have to remember, where did I got tagged off? I think somewhere around here, right? So we moved up, we engulfed this here. Let's see. Now we made a high here, 867. We are above 25% of the. Oh, those are my glasses. Is there a little insect? Yeah. Come on, go. Don't bother me. 425. So we didn't move. So it did move up into the macro and then it stopped here. Did not take out the high of here yet. We did wick into, but that was already. We already did. That was this wick. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Okay, now this is tricky. You know why? We wicked into this little wick here, and we moved up, but we also wicked into this wick. So this is always a tricky area. Now, what are we going to do? Are we going to move our way up into this wick, which will be high resistance? Or is this just a move up to continue down? Because we still have 1 hour to go on this candle. But look what we did here. If we went into this end walk, we resisted. We didn't go further, and we went back up. So I'm inclined to, let's see. I just want to say I'm inclined to just wait. Um, I just can't help being bullish. I just can't help being bullish right now. 425, 7.5 in this week. I need to go to the 5-minute. I want to go bullish. And we've got bullish structure here on the 5-minute. I like it. Breaker. We're going to retest the breaker and then go up. Let's see. We finally got some normal. This is finally some normal structure. I'm back, right? Yes. Okay. 5-minute break. Let's see. We have a 3-minute breaker. The same. How does it look on the 1-minute? Okay, 1 minute. You can see this the area. The small one here. We're just going to use the whole area. We would like to see what time. Okay, we left the macro, and this could be the retest already, though. It might not go back into the breaker because we already went out of it here, and then it doesn't have to go back into it, but it could go all the way in midpoint. But this is a bullish structure for now. Looks like if we go back into original consolidation, we could go back to here, but we could also go all the way to there's a 5-minute market maker buy model could be done. Let's see. Higher time frame retracement is a lower time frame full market maker model, right? You understand that? So if we're going to continue to the downside, you want to see movement to the up to go down, but then you have sell side, buy side, sell side, buy side. So if it's just a retracement, it's a full market maker model on the lower time frame. But the question is, are we going to work our way up through this wick into this area, or are we just going to consolidate here, which could be with around considering the time it is, or are we going to go back into this range and work our way to the downside? I would favor that we go to the upside because we've got some work to do, and then we drop it really, really like a lovely fast drop again in New York. So we go up, 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 and then we have we wouldn't mind a low resistance. If it's going to be a high resistance move to the upside, always when you have high resistance to the upside, you get low resistance. You can have a low resistance to the downside, right? So I wouldn't mind if it works its way up in this wick. And then we get a drop, a fast drop in New York again. Remember, the opening range gap from today will be from here to where we're going to open at 9:30. So if we would have it go to the upside, we're gonna get a premium gap, which engulfs this one almost half, right? So that would be a nice scenario. And then we go to the downside in the wick already, in the opening range gap. Ooh, oh, that hurts my back. Accumulation, manipulation, distributionist, or not? This is the A. Uh, 42. Let's look how the 4 hour looks. We've got 1.5 hours to go in the 4 hours, so the 4 hours still looks bearish, but we did take out liquidity here. We hit 0.5 of a, I can't remember what level that is. So the 4 hour looks bearish, but the 1 hour, this 1 hour, so this is the 2 o'clock, the 3 o'clock, and the 4 o'clock. So are we going to get a continuation, or is the 4 hour turning bullish? I can see the 4 hour do three things. I mean, it is what it is. It's because of this N walk here. Could be the barrier where it stops it to, but it's not the time to move because it took out liquidity here. It just could not, we hit 0.075. Is it gonna, let's see if it goes back into the N walk, because then we might be bearish again. What level is that? We have to go below 4 o'clock. Let's see if we can reach it. If not, if we stay above the N walk, then we might go higher. Midpoint of the breaker, tag at 435. 435. 435, 435, 435, 435. You know, it's for me, it's always that we're bearish, but the question more is when is going to be that large, fast distribution. That's the only thing that I'm just not sure about. So that's why I'm bullish for now. But I just want to be prepared for that when we get that fast, violent move to the downside. Because it's coming. I mean, it's coming. I would rather have it go up now, that we get a really, really nice move to the downside, that it just takes out all that liquidity in once. Just fast move, you get in, you position yourself, and it just runs down 200-300 points. So I'm okay with this price action. If it leaves all those equal lows, let it do. I mean, I actually love that if it does that. If it leaves all those equals everywhere and it just goes back up and just creates more, engineers just more liquidity. I wouldn't mind that. So I'm also not too worried, just not being active, but I do want to be prepared. Like for example, it left this little fair value gap here, right? Just below equals. But we also have levels here, and we have that opening range gap above us still. It's always hard when it starts trickling down, right? Then it's always hard to get in, because it's like, okay, where do is it like, oh, are we going to get a reversal or a retracement here? And once it starts trickling down and you haven't positioned yourself at the top or maybe semi-top, it's always, I mean, I don't know about you guys, I find that difficult to enter, because you don't want to chase. Sometimes you don't know, especially when yesterday it was very, I still managed to get a few good trades, but those wicks were just massive. It was just 100-point wicks sometimes, or it was crazy. It just went back up and then went down. And even though if you look in hindsight, it looks very easy because you just see down close candles, higher time frame, but it wasn't easy on the lower time frame. I think, but I mean, there was a really nice entry at the 952. There was it was similar to today's price action almost. Look what it did here. No wicks here. 794. That looks sort of bearish, but does it want to go now? Or is it going to go up first? We're not leaving the opening range gap, so we're ranging. We have a lot of 15-minute baby. I call them 15-minute babies. So we're just gonna do 15-minute babies. Still looks bullish to me, to be honest. It doesn't look like, it's not really, I thought it would be more one candle. Still looks bullish. 15-minute actually looks bullish to me. If I may say, okay, we go. We're going out of it. See, we have S&T here. You see the bodies are staying above the midpoint of the N wall, right? You can see that here on MNQ. Trend line liquidity, I think it's pretty nice. The trend line, almost. Yeah, it looks pretty bullish to me. 440. Okay, we retested the breaker here. Let's see if it holds. We're almost near the 3 o'clock open price. If we go over that level, then I guess we are really bullish again. We are above the 4 o'clock open price again. I really want to see 3 o'clock being broken. Get away. It's a malaria mosquito. I've been bitten by scorpions here, but I've never had malaria. I did get African tick bite fever, which was really, really bad. I had a very bad case. I almost had to be hospitalized. But I never had malaria here. Well, I'm actually always in malaria area. That's the one thing I've been spared of so far. Oof. Okay. If we go over 3 o'clock open price, I want to engage. That might be a pre-market. As we tap into the breaker, we already are. This is already disrespected. We're disrespecting it again. We might go for these. Might go for midnight. 880, 60 points. Yeah, I might get in 443. But I really want to get over 3 o'clock open price. It's we already went into this wick. We might disrespect this. We can go for this wick, or maybe yeah, I like that because if this is going to be a rejection block, we might tag into midnight. So midnight will be my TP. I'm not going to aim higher. I have to just take smaller trades because it could be a rejection here. We stay below. See, we could reject in this one. So I like midnight, and then this is a rejection block that marks that we take out this high. We go to midnight and we reject here. It could make sense. I mean, that's not. Then we finalize. Could finalize the lower time frame market maker model, right? Because we are definitely sell side, buy side. My day is done. I took buys from 24.79. Well done. Well done. 790. Yes, well done. Well, you took some heat though. Or you got in because you went all the way back here. But you didn't get stopped out. Okay, let's see. We need to get over this level. We need to get over this fair value gap. And if we get over 3 o'clock, I think we're gonna go to midnight. Let's see. Power of micros. Yes, micros are awesome, especially in these times. You can make a lot of money. Look at the moves, guys. It's just you can easily make. I had $700 days on micros easily. And then I'm just, hey, Wax Graham, good night to you. 446. I want to position myself. I just wonder if this candle wants to get out of this range. It's only my only concern is because it really, like, you can see it really is like it's being sandwiched between an N-walk and an N-dog, right? Go. It's a malaria mosquito, I'm sure of it. It's the only thing I haven't had. And I'm being tested. I'm getting everything. I think there is something that wants me to stay at home or something. So I can't walk, I can't move. Okay, let's see. Come on. And I wanted to push through. Come on, push through this fair value gap. Do it, do it, do it. Okay, I'm gonna position myself. I want a closure. Come on, go, go, go. And then I'm gonna use that fair value gap. This is gonna be my, I'm gonna use this as also my area of stop loss. This one here, 823, that's okay. See, I want to close, I really want to closure above it. I don't want a rejection here. It's important that you close above 3 o'clock. Come on, I want you to go over. Come on, close, close. Yeah, I think it's, oh, see, I've got disconnected, obviously, yeah. Let's see. 10 points. Now, technically, once it start moving, I can use this as a, I use this as my stop loss. Because it'll move away from it if it's ready to, but I'm not going to do that because it's a little bit, I might change it very quickly, but let's see if it stays above it. Hey Fangwoods, how are you? I like it because we also have another line here, which is, come on, move away. Here we go. Now I want some speed. We have been so slow. No, no, no. Okay. Now, technically, if we do go below 3 o'clock, that actually already invalidates my trade, to be honest. But it could wick into it, so I don't want to bring my stop too low. Oh, the slowness of this price action is so annoying. 452. So I don't know if you've noticed that the runs are literally always outside macros now. The best moves are outside the macro. Now, the only thing that I don't like, if it matches with the trend line, 1, 2, 3, it normally digs it out after the third one, so we might go another leg down into this wick. Yeah, don't like it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You see what I mean with that 3 o'clock? It could wick into it, and sometimes it could go even deeper without going through it. So that's why I didn't. Now I should do it because we're in the macro. If it goes back down, it invalidates my trade anyway. So it's not time to move on. See, there's no displacement. It just doesn't move. It's pretty annoying. These and these trades drain your mental capital a little bit, so you actually want to avoid those. You just want to wait until things are just smoother and they just move away from your target. Now, okay, maybe it heard me say that. Oh my God, my friend is getting annoyed with me. Let me just quickly move away from her target so she loves me again. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go break even because I do not want to. If it goes back again, I'm done. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't like it. Either you go away from the target or you just get me out of my trade so I can do other things and queue. See, we're in a wick, right? You see, that's why we're going back. We could resist here easily, but we could also make our way very slowly into it. Come on, push a bit more. You can do it. You can do it. Give us some nice juicy candles. You've been like crazy slow all day. Madame Watanabe, close. My TP is here at midnight. But we have to be careful because we're in a wick here. We could just want to see because we're still in the macro. I'm wondering if we are going to blast through this or are we going to go back into the range. To be a little bit vigilant here in this area. Um, it would be nice if we just blast through it. So disrespect this. Let's see, we reached 0.5 already. Oh, my back. Um, this is the 1 hour candle. Let's see what 5 to 6 is gonna bring. I think that I wouldn't. It looks like we're gonna get a. It's gonna turn bullish maybe. Let's see. We might go into this higher time frame wick, right? So I said we are. Maybe we're going back into this 4 hour wick. Let's see. When price action is so slow, it is also because it's a form of time distortion as well, right? Because it just doesn't have it's either being held down and waiting for news to make the move, or also like maybe it just wants to the weekly objective or the daily objective might be already very close, or the session objective, so to speak. In let's call it session because we're just in London. It just doesn't want to do too much. Um, There's a lot going on right now. I mean, I think we had 10 o'clock news, right? Not 8:30. God, there's so much noise outside here. I don't know what the people. It looks like the. Okay, let's see. There we go. Come on. And now let's see if we can get out of the opening range gap. Well, I've got my TP here, so obviously yes, but I'm very vigilant because if we go into 0.5, which happens to be exactly the top of the opening range gap, we could reject here easily. So be mindful of that. That 0.5 of the wick is exactly the top here as well. So if we do go, if we blast through it, let's see. It's 5 o'clock. Look, well, oh, I'm still in a trade as well. I took this trade on my live account. Not on my live account, my eval. Sorry, guys. I'm not trading my live account. My Edge Clear account is not traded today. Only my eval. I made many mistakes in the morning already, so I'm just doing evals now. I'm just on my funded next eval. Okay, so we're over 0.5, but we are at 1/3 level. Let's see. I think we're gonna, like I said, if we go through this wick, it's gonna be high resistance. It's not gonna be very fast, but if we could work through it and maybe take out this liquidity and reject here. This could be a rejection block. If we do not resist here yet, let's see. We still have some time in the macro. And maybe we roll over at after 5 o'clock. Let's see. So I wouldn't aim for midnight just because it's midnight, but I use like the logic of a rejection block here. We take out these highs, but then again, we might not even get there, right? We might just resist here already. Let's see. We still have some time. Looks like we're expanding. See, the breaker did the job. Beautiful breaker. You want to calculate a 2R trade, you can use the breaker. You don't use what you don't put in what you how you enter. You could have a better entry, but you want to calculate what's 2R from the breaker, from the bottom to the top. It works 80% of the time. Oh shit. I'm gonna lower it. Uh, 2R from that breaker is around here. A breaker, if you have a solid breaker, you use a 15-minute breaker or like one with 3 candles. Those are the best, to be honest. But if you calculate 2R, you're pretty safe 80% of the time. And you can see we're in the market maker. We're finalizing the market maker model. But sometimes it doesn't work, so you have to be vigilant. See, we might just stop and not take out this liquidity, but it's 5 past 5. Are we going to take out the high? Are you going to take out this liquidity? Yes, BTR today because we're above 25%. Let's see. Come on, you can do it. Don't disappoint me on Q. Do not disappoint me. I've been waiting for you for this trade all session. All session. Now we could just create a wick here and then leave this wick for later on to take it out, right? So maybe it's better to take the trade off, seeing the time and the movement. Yeah, I'm taking it off here. You know why? It's 5 past 5. It's a lot of the time it's the end of the London high. It doesn't go higher, and we could just make another high here, go back into the range, and take this out later. I'm not going to take that risk. I've been burned too many times around this time. So if it goes higher, I'll journal it. I just took it off. Let's see. You see how violently it just goes down again, right? If you look at the hour, what was I looking at just now? The trend line liquidity. Well, so if it doesn't go to midnight now, we know it's still, it's still in play for pre-market or maybe even when we open up. We have a lot of equals. Did we have equals now? Let me see. We sort of like, we have here equals, relatively equal. You see how it just goes down now, right? That's the power of time. Just leaving these again for later on. See how many times it just doesn't take out those levels now. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it here. Any questions, my friends? Any questions before I let you go? 20 points already. Nasdaq. Yeah, no, it's it always mark 5.5 when it's 5 o'clock. Oh, flat team fire. I'm not tracking my win rate anymore. I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore. I threw away all my spreadsheets because I was actually not looking at them, but I knew that at some point where my strong things were. But I don't really track it anymore. I'm just more interested in larger moves. I only play like on my live account. I don't do trades under 100 points. So, and most of them are I just use a few models. I'm very persistent. I don't trade my live account a lot. Trade it very minimal. But yeah, you stop at some point. You stop tracking until you find a new model. Then you go back into tracking things again, like how many times does it work. But at some point, you just don't do it anymore. And it varies per month. It also depends. I mean, last few months have been a little bit more challenging, but I'm still profitable. I live off my trading, so. But in all honesty, win rate doesn't tell you shit, to be honest. I think it's a stupid question because you don't know how I trade. Um, it always goes together with R2R. How do you trade? What's your R2R? It's like a package. Just asking someone's win rate. I could have a win rate of 50% and still be very profitable. So it doesn't tell you anything if you don't know how I trade. 60%. You can be extremely, extremely profitable when you have a 60% win rate. So it doesn't really, a win rate just is really tells you nothing. I think it's a no-burger question, to be honest. If it's a package, it comes with a package. You really have to know what is someone's style, what's their R2R, how do they manage their stop loss, how many days per month do you, how many funded accounts do you trade? Okay, actually want to address that. How many people are here? Good. I want to address that. I'm not going to answer that, by the way, but I'll tell you one thing. I want to ask you guys, copy trading. Do you guys think that copy trading has been implemented for your benefit? I really want to address that because it's a very, very important question, and actually it pisses me off. I can tell you one thing. Copy trading is not there for your benefit. It is designed for weak-minded retail traders who fall into the trap of getting rich quickly. Copy trading and having a lot of funded or evals is just for you guys to spend more money on blowing up. And if those people influencers, YouTubers show you a winning trade, and they will always show you, oh look, and I did it over 20 accounts. And they always show you, oh, it's just 200 bucks, but over 20 accounts. Look how much money I made. But they don't tell you how many money they spent of your affiliate links to get continuous blow up their account, and they'll always show that they have 20 accounts. It is so unethical. And even if I would copy trade, I wouldn't even tell you guys that. You guys, if you cannot even be profitable on one account, what makes you think you can be profitable on more accounts? It's a totally different psychological game. It is only for the advanced. Yes, you can be profitable on multi-accounts, but it is designed for the weak-minded retail trader to think to get rich quickly. It's nothing else than that. So I don't know why you want to know how many funded accounts I have. It doesn't matter, because I would never even tell you if I would copy trade, because I think it is just there to create an illusion. And people who show you all the time, oh look, I've done so many funded accounts, and they will always push a prop firm code because they want to create the illusion that it's easy to do, but they don't tell you how much money they spend on all those funded accounts or those accounts that they so-called play. They make you think it's easy and you can get rich quickly. So yeah, but Trader XX, you have been, exactly, that's the point. You have to be very experienced to do it, because it's a totally different mind game. And people who pretend it's very easy, it's creating an illusion, and they're doubling down on the predatorial thing that the prop firms are doing, because it's not for they do not do it for your benefit. It is meant for you to spend more money. And those influencers, YouTubers that do it and show it, they just want to sell more codes to you. So I get very pissed off. From what I'm seeing right now. And it's pretending, oh, I'm all here for you. No, you're just trying to sell more to the weak-minded retail trader. Like, oh, look how good I am. And you see them trade. They always post that 20 accounts. They can just, instead of just going over the trade, this is my trade, this is my setup, this is my R2R, my win rate, this is how much I made. But they always make sure to show the 20 accounts and how much money they make. And then there's always a prop firm code. It's an illusion. And it's meant for you to spend more money, because they create the illusion that it's easy to do, and it's very predatorial, and it's unethical. I keep saying it because the moment they start doing it, it's all about money, and they don't care about your well-being. Because most people, if you cannot even have one account profitable, you'll blow 20 accounts. So yeah, I get very annoyed with it because I see it happen a lot, and people trust these people, and they're just creating illusions. Like, oh, look at that. But they only want you to buy their code, their prop firm codes with their code. And they'll always show you, oh, look, 20 accounts. I did it. But they won't tell you how many money they spend on those 20 accounts. And they spent their money on you, they spend it what you are giving them. So it's a totally different ball game. You spend much more money to get there. Yeah, so I always get, but I'm getting very pissed off because there's so many people in our space that are creating this illusion. Like, you can already tell from these questions that I get, how many funded accounts do you have? How many, if I would tell you, oh, I just have one and I can live off it, would you believe me? If I would say, oh, I just have one live account, one funded account, and that's enough for me, would you believe me? I'm tell you honestly, if I have more accounts and I play more accounts, I would never even tell you guys, because I think, why should I tell you that? You should be interested in my trade setups. What do I trade? Is my losing trade? What are my struggles? That's all you need. I don't have to show you, oh, look at that, I've got 20 accounts and I made 200 bucks on 20. Look, you can do that too. Use my code. It's almost a fucking scam. I mean, I get really pissed off of all the, and there are many of them that are doing it. It's just, and people fall for it. Oh, look, I'm getting all my time for free. No, you're not. You're just pushing prop firm codes. You're a car salesman. You don't care about the people. You're pretending to. Yeah, I get pissed off because you can see the questions already. Because how many funded accounts do you trade? Well, what doesn't matter? Do you want me to show you so I can influence you and then I sell you my prop code? Yeah. Um, I'm in love with you. Yeah. Well, listen, I got very annoyed yesterday already about it, but um, it is a scam, and I think people should be called out for it. You know, it's fine if you do it, but be honest. And people are not honest anymore. And I think I'm going to make a video for it. Copy trading is not meant for your benefit, and the influencers and YouTubers who are selling it are creating a bloody illusion. People want you to copy trade and make 1,000 instead of making exactly. And it is, you know, it's nothing wrong with copy trading, but you have to be, it's the next level. It's only meant for people who can go to the, because it's a totally different mindset game. So that's why I think it's unethical if people sell it as a YouTuber, because they pretend that they manage it very well, but they have spent thousands and they blow up many to get them. But they get money from your affiliate links to be able to buy them, and they get free accounts as well, but you need to spend that money. So it's a totally different ball game, but they always make sure to show you that printout. Oh, look, 20 accounts. Um, exactly. You blow more money. That's all those YouTubers want you to do. They want you to blow more accounts so you use their code more. It's extremely unethical. And I'm starting to hate a few of them. I used to like them, but I'm starting to really not like, ugh, you're nasty. You sold your money, your soul to the devil, because you're just doubling down on what the prop firms are doing, and you're just using that thing instead of really caring for the community. But anyway, it really pisses me off, guys. I really so but I wanted to address that anyway about the copy trading. So be aware if you see an influencer showing their statements, oh, I just have one trade, $200, but they will make sure that they show you 220 accounts, and then they'll make sure that you see their codes very clearly. Be mindful, that's only what they want. They want you to buy that. They want to create an illusion that it's easy to do that. Yeah, flattening fire. I do copy trade two. Yeah, but 2 accounts is totally different than 20 accounts, right? Do you agree with me on that? I'm talking about those influencers that are talking about 10, 20 accounts all the time. There is a mental aspect to that, because and it's really by design for the weaker retail trader that wants to get rich quickly, and they fall for it. And if you do that as an influencer, you are using that to get money out of the people. You victimize people that are not ready yet to do so, and that's what really pisses me off. And they pretend to be that, oh, I'm doing everything for free. No, you're not. It's your model. It's your model, and you're actually a scam. Um, but yeah, it's not okay. I think I'm gonna make a video on it. I'll probably make some YouTubers very angry, but I think it should be out there, because it's, you know, that prop firms do it. It's fine because they have a business model and they're there to make money, right? It's okay, but you know, it's wrong when, as an influencer, you try to create an illusion that it's so easy, but it's not easy, and they don't tell you how much money they made, how much money they spend to create that illusion. They create the illusion with your money, because you're buying their prop firms, their code. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. So, but thank you for the questions, because uh, so if I do have more accounts, I would not share it, because I do not want to create an illusion that it's easy to trade it. I don't find it easy to trade multiple accounts. It's something I will grow into more. I do have a couple, but I'll be honest, I trade them separately. I just don't need to. It's enough money for me. It's already, I'm like, I have enough money just trading a few funded accounts separately and my live account. I don't need more. So it's also, you know, it's based around greed. But if I would do it, I would be also very hesitant to share that, because you also don't want to create an illusion that is really easy. Or I'll share it in a way that, okay, this is how I got into, how many years it took me to do that, but not like, I would never share I would just share my trade setup. It's enough. It's like, why would I have to share the money amount that I made from a setup, right? It's more important that I share the setup. What did I do? What did I do wrong? How can I do better? I think that's much more important to share than how much money I made. I mean, that's how I think about it, but I guess it's all about illusion. No, I'm not going to share. Why would you ask me that? I'm not going to, there's none of your fucking business what my main account is. I get pissed off by those questions because it's none of your business. Why would you want to know my main account? You want to show, you think I should share my information here? Should I share everything here? Do I put myself here out on Front Street so everybody can see my account and my name and everything? Why would I share that? If I would share my account, you would see my name, you would see my amount, the amount that I had in. But anyway, what time is it? 5:22. I think I'm done here. You have separate account trading. Okay. Well, anyway, that's enough on the trading on the copy account. I think I'll do another a New York session. I like hanging out. I think the FI section. I like the volatility. So any questions, guys? I'll be back. I think I'll do another New York session. I don't know if it's going to be an AM session or a PM session. I have to think about that. But I think it's. I can't do much anyway with my. I do need to do a little bit of walking, but look, it looks like I think we're still on the buy side, right? I did get out of the trade, as you could see here. I don't want to be in this price action. I'll see you guys later. Can you share your critical? Yes, and then especially the backside as well, right? Yeah, guys, I'm sorry if I'm very blunt, but listen, I want to protect my little space here. I think I'm in half a year, a little bit over 6 months, and I realized it's a very toxic environment. And I'm very protective of. I don't want to grow as fast as normal people maybe want to do. I would rather keep it the way it started out, and I want to keep that toxicity out of. And I know it's I just want to keep it clean and I also don't have. I decided to stay away of X because there's a lot of toxicity, but I just really want to keep it like an educational environment where we can hang out together, talk about our challenges, be open, and create a safe space. And that's what I want. And that's why I'm very aggressive to trolls and people that I think, oh my God, I don't want that, because I really don't want to. I really want to make clear where I stand, what I stand for, and I'll chase away some people, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't care. Because I don't need them. I don't need YouTube to live off. It's just something I do for fun, and it needs to stay fun. Yeah. Well, you guys are funny, but maybe you understand where I'm coming from with all the toxicity coming from and the fakeness. I just don't want to. I really want to, and I want to chase the bad people away, if that makes sense. So that's maybe what I'm doing sometimes. So I'll make some enemies most likely, but that's okay. A flat and fire. Listen, if I'm in a really bad mood, and I do block trolls straight away, but I would rather just be honest, and I always give people, you're not a troll. You're just being. It gives me the chance to respond to it also, so it's okay to me. No, but Beast King. That's why I'm saying it's good if somebody asks these questions and it triggers me. I can share where I stand, and people know where I stand. So that's good. It's good to just sometimes vent where you stand for and what your values are, and what I want to do with this channel. But I think I'm gonna make a video about copy trading, because I just want to put it out there. Listen, it is not meant for your benefit, and I think it's just it's very unethical for influencers to pretend it is. But anyway, okay, guys, I love you guys. Oh, Kaganargan, welcome to the pre-market prep. Thank you. I've got another. Okay, this is something else. I do not advertise a lot, but I do have a pre-market prep. And Kaganarkan, just subscribe to it. You never heard me talk about it, but what do I do with pre-market prep? I go over the 852 after 850. I don't trade a lot in the trade of the morning, but I do pre-market prep, and I'll do it with those people because I go over specific levels, opening range gap, and I just go over what can we expect, and I try to go over every 3 scenarios. What can we do so to be prepared for the New York Open and trade until 11 o'clock. That's what I do with the pre-market prep, and I want to keep it small because it's my little time where I'm really serious. I don't want any distractions because that's where I make my money, especially around that time. So, but thank you, Kaganarkan. So I don't really advertise it, but it's there. So you might think, oh, that's weird. You never do that, but it's for it's still going to be there, and I might develop some more things around that in that space, but we'll see. Thank you, and guys, I love you guys. I can't say it enough. So, but I'm about slow growth, and I'm still also finding my way as a YouTuber. So you also have to know that. But I get really pissed off what I see happening. It really boils my blood, um, as you can see. So, but things that people are things are being outspoken now, and some people are now being called out for their behavior. So that's good. Okay, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys later today. And Kaganarkan, oh, Bowser, you're so sweet. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later in pre-market prep, and the rest of you, I'll see also maybe later in AM session. That will be after 10 o'clock, or in the PM session. We'll see. I love you guys. Thank you.